What is up, everyone, and welcome to WrestleMania, and we're gonna kick it off with a banger, the no holds barred match. Whatever happens here cannot be held accountable on both men. And first, we're gonna introduce maybe Mr. WrestleMania. This man has taken every opportunity he has had and ran with the ball. Seth Rollins is looking to end Jon Moxley, his former Shield brother. And after this change, whatever happened to Seth Rollins, he used to be for the people. He said he slayed the beast. He got rid of Brock Lesnar, got moved to Raw, and was looking to win the Rumble again and main event this WrestleMania, but was unsuccessful. And then after that, that's when Seth Rollins snapped. And is now referring to himself as the Monday Night Messiah. Has turned his back on the fans. And I'm sure the fans want to see him lose tonight. They want to see him get his comeuppance. They want to see Seth Rollins destroyed tonight. And Jon Moxley is the man to do it. No holds barred. This is not going to be a pretty match. This will not be match of the night. Excuse me. This match will not steal the show. This match is going to be ugly, gruesome, and more. But I do not think Jon Moxley will allow Seth Rollins to even get the win. He wants to shut up Seth Rollins. He does not agree with his views. He doesn't agree with his lifestyle. And Jon Moxley, like I've been saying so far, he is going to be the man to do it. If there is anyone, Jon Moxley is the man. Jon Moxley and Seth Rollins was in a tag match at the first WrestleMania. Won the tag team championships. So, like, these two men have history. These two men know each other like the back of each other's hands. These two used to refer themselves as brothers. They used to consider each other family. And if you would have told me at the very first WrestleMania after their tag team title victory, and you would have told me in a couple of years they will be fighting each other in war, I would not believe you. Excuse me once again. And it looks like the WrestleMania crowd is behind Seth Rollins. And it is now official. There is no going back. And Moxley taking Rollins off his feet and getting in some right hands. And Moxley looking to beat the crap out of Rollins. And Rollins able to block with a right hand. And a sling blade. And Moxley could be down and out. And Rollins going to add more to the punishment with a Michinoku. And Moxley going to roll out, but Moxley wanting some more. And Moxley going to drive him with a headbutt. What is Moxley thinking here? Went for a kick. And Rollins with a wheelbarrow kick. And Moxley could be already dazed. And now Rollins going to get some right hands. They're going to deliver the Seth Walker. The Seth Walker connects and not going for the cover too early for the match. And God's last gift. And again too early. Seth Rollins bringing out everything from the past. Looking to put away Moxley in the Northern Lights. And the lower back could be in pain. And Rollins heading up to the top. High risk. And an elbow drop. Moxley well scouted. And going to capitalize on that. And going to deliver a suplex. A forearm. And another headbutt. And this time it's Rollins rolling. And Rollins running back to the ring. Went for a kick. And Moxley driving that knee to the back after that missed step up enziguri. And now Moxley laying in the hands And this is not good for Rollins. Rollins needs to get out of that position if he wants a chance at this matchup. And a forearm this time rocking. Rollins and a German and a cover. This could be over just like this. And no. Rollins again kicks out. This time going to hop on the apron, get in the ring and a chop. And Rollins going to return the favor. Spiking Moxley with a DDT. And I believe Jon Moxley's been cut a little bit. And for the second time, God's last gift. Now Moxley able to reverse with a Northern Lights. A right hand and a chop. Here comes Moxley with a combination chop right. And Rollins could be out already. And Moxley got it in a clover leaf. A clover leaf cinched in on Rollins. And it's too early, of course. Rollins with ease gets out of it, but pain was still delivered. And a discus forearm drops Moxley. And now going to go after that arm. And Rollins roll through. And they Avada Kedavra. As Seth Rollins robbed everyone. And Moxley gets the left shoulder up before the 3. And gunning for the stomp. Rollins looking to put this one away. Moxley goes after the knee. The kick to the gut. Right hand. Missed that punch. And Moxley now driving Rollins head first into the turnbuckle. And now Moxley looking for some toys. And Moxley bringing the table into this matchup. And does Rollins even know? And now Moxley able to hang on. And a right hand. And Rollins going to follow. The rules of this no-holds-barred match, the fall has to be in the ring, but there's no rules. They can go anywhere. They could go into the streets of New York, of New Jersey. But the fall has to be inside the ring. And Moxley able to roll through. Went for a gut kick, and Rollins, very wise, well scouted. And again, continuing the attack on the arm. And a second one, Michinoku driver. Went for a standing moonsault. Moxley able to roll out of the way. And now what is Moxley thinking? With the hook and ladder right on the metal. And Moxley once again not finished. Rollins forced to cover up, but that's not going to do anything. Rollins is defenseless right now. And this is bad for Rollins. The table has been set up. Well, excuse me, trying to be set up. And now, here we go. Moxley sets up the table. And another wheelbarrow kick. And roll through. And a second Avada Kedavra. And again Rollins with the cover. Scrambling for the cover. And Moxley again kicks out. And Rollins demanding the ref to count faster. And Rollins. It's over. The stomp connects. And Rollins not going for the cover. Wants to inflict more damage on Moxley. Elbow drop. He wants to get rid of Jon Moxley. And right now Moxley is stunned after the stomp. Probably doesn't even know where he is, to be honest. And as soon as I say that, Moxley is gonna start swinging once again. Suplex through the table. Barely going through the table, and for the third time, Rollins once again covering up. And like I said, what's it doing for you, Rollins? This could be over. Moxley, roll through. Paradigm shift. And now it's Moxley's turn to not go for the cover. Now Jon Moxley is, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe showing Rollins that he's messed up. That he did not choose the wiser option. I gotta spike him with a Uranagi. And once again, Moxley gonna go back to minding his own business pretty much. Pain is his business. Punishment is his business. Anything else, forward him. Message him, do whatever, because he does not give a damn. And Rollins rolls through. Maybe a fire's been lit. And Moxley gonna shut that up. Forearm, classic Moxley. Lariat, rebound lariat. Almost takes the head off of Rollins, and Moxley with the right hands again. This is a beating, like I said. And Moxley does no. The lower back. The lower back. Maybe from those Michinoku drivers. And Rollins going to take advantage. STO into the turnbuckle. Gonna kick him right back down. Gonna get an extra shot in there. And again, with the God's last gift. Gonna pick up the lifeless body of Moxley in a Northern Lights. What? Maybe this changes for the better for Rollins. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what caused this change. I can only guess the Royal Rumble loss, to be honest. Collar and elbow. And Moxley with again a jab. And Moxley has a little bit life left in him. The gas is burning. And Moxley gonna follow Rollins to the top. High risk superplex. And the back of both men has to be aching right now. And Moxley gonna follow it up. Has the target in sight. Knee lift. And Moxley is not finished. Jon Moxley is toying with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins had no clue what he was getting into. Seth Rollins thought he was getting in a fight with Dean Ambrose. I said it. I probably shouldn't have either. Might be cut later on in the future, might be fired for this. But he thought he was facing Dean Ambrose. But in reality, he is getting Jon Moxley. And that is a big pill to swallow for Rollins. And a single leg. But he is holding his own. Seth Rollins is impressing me, but it's on the grandest stage of them all. What else do you expect? And another near fall. And Rollins is getting impatient right now. And another stomp has to be incoming. Kick to the gut, it's over. Rollins lining him up with the second stomp. And again, Rollins isn't finished. Seth Rollins, like I said, wants to get rid of Moxley, refuses to work with Moxley, is livid that he's even in the same company. And a gut kick and Moxley drops. That's bad. Rollins. Falcon Arrow. No, knee to the skull. And again drops him down, and Rollins covering. Rollins doing whatever he can to take less damage. Moxley looking to put Rollins through the table again. Powerbomb position. A sit out powerbomb. Just ran, steamrolled, and driven Rollins into the table. And it could be over here, folks. Moxley could be looking to end it. And Rollins, there is still some fight left in him. Moxley, float over, shoulders are down. And Rollins able to kick out of it. Roll through, Moxley using it, paradigm shift. And Rollins gets the shoulder up. And Moxley asking the crowd if they want more. And Moxley did not care if Rollins kicked out, to be honest. He was glad he kicked out. More punishment. They're going to bring him right back into the ring with a suplex. They're going to give the businessman what he wants. Sends the message to Vince. To the production crew. To anybody working for that corporate freak, as Moxley referred to him as, went for a flatliner. And Moxley not finished. And on the outside, hook and ladder on the outside. Chicken wing face buster. And it's over. The elevated paradigm shift. And again Rollins. And now it's Moxley becoming impatient. And now Jon Moxley is the one questioning what he has to do and trying to catch his breath. Maybe this was the plan for Rollins. Outlast Moxley. And Rollins looking to leave. And never mind, changes his mind and driven into the rib cage. And from the top, you don't usually see this in a knee drop. And what is Moxley thinking? No. Elevated paradigm shift on the chair. And it's over. Jon Moxley defeats Seth Rollins. And it looks like that left eye was busted open there. Jon Moxley does it. Jon Moxley erases his past. And Jon Moxley defeats Seth Rollins on the grandest stage of them all. The streak is over. Rollins has lost his first ever WrestleMania match. And look at that, just driven Rollins into the table. It looks like that cut above the eye got a little worse. And Moxley is proud for what he's done. But he is not finished. He has just started, and we'll have to see what happens with him next.
The WWE United States Championship.
And after a hell of a kickoff, it's time for the United States Championship match. And here comes the challenger. The Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre, looking to capture his first ever United States Championship. Last year, defended his Intercontinental Championship and lost to Daniel Bryan, the current world champion. And Drew McIntyre looking to right a big wrong. This match is going to be a hell of a fight. Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle, two men on the Raw roster that will not let you get away with some bull crap. You disrespect them, you're gonna feel their wrath pretty much. And McIntyre is feeling it here at MetLife Stadium. And McIntyre looks focused. And Matt, if you would have told me last year that I would be in an arena full of almost over 50,000 people chanting bro in unison, I wouldn't believe you. But here comes the original bro, the current United States champion, Matt Riddle, with a huge upset at Elimination Chamber when he defeated Samoa Joe with that final flash. And that's what McIntyre has to kind of dodge, maybe, because if it put down Samoa Joe, one of the most dominant world heavyweight champions of all time here in Universe Mode, it's a good move, you know. But we are set for our first title defense here at WrestleMania Day 1. A two-parter on the main show. And also, if you did not see the pre-show, go back and watch it. What a hell of a pre-show. It will not disappoint. We saw the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, and we saw the Cruiserweight title match. Not gonna show spoilers. Not gonna say spoilers, excuse me. McIntyre focused, wanting that championship. Feels like he doesn't deserve to be here in WWE if he is not representing himself good with a championship. But also Riddle just came here and is in his first ever WrestleMania match. That's impressive. Came here, was part of the draft. Once again. Got called up after Survivor Series. And once that bell rings, it is official. And here we go. We are set for a big match. A collar and elbow tie-up. And McIntyre going to display his strength here. Going to drop Riddle. And McIntyre with the... Going to kind of rub some salt in the wound. And McIntyre now going to go for the collar and elbow. Went for a suplex and Riddle with a knee. And going to drop him down. And Riddle not liking that suplex attempt by McIntyre. And Riddle going to pick him up. Fisherman. Brainbuster driving McIntyre right into the canvas. And a cover, maybe a little late there on the cover. A little late. I honestly could have won the match there. Driven McIntyre down. And now going to go for that arm. And a knee right to the skull. A right hand. And here comes McIntyre. Gonna launch Riddle. And now McIntyre with the left hands. And Riddle able to block. Went for a chop and McIntyre gonna respond. Went for a chop again. And Riddle with a knee to the rib cage. And McIntyre gets out of it. And gonna pick him up, and Riddle, like a child, launched! Overhead belly to belly. And Riddle trying to get up, trying to keep on fighting, but McIntyre gonna drive him down with the sit-out powerbomb. And not even a one. And you can look at the shape Riddle's in right now. It's pretty impressive. And McIntyre not going to show any mercy. A deadlift, gut wrench powerbomb. And I went for a headbutt, but caught him. And again, Riddle drops him down. And again for the second time. Is it going to connect? It is. Fisherman Brainbuster. And an overhead palm strike. Palm chop, excuse me, and a chop. And McIntyre drops Riddle. Riddle got his head clean digging off. And a power slam. And that lower back of Riddle has to be hurting. And Riddle able to swat it away. Snapmare. And a kick to the back and it connects. And Riddle with his kicks though. Riddle has some mean kicks and Riddle maybe catch a little breather. Went for a kick. Able to block and gonna turn it into a powerbomb, driving Riddle right into the mat. Going for a power bomb, but Riddle, I was a little kind of confused there what he was trying to do. And Riddle catches him. Got him up. The Broda sleep into the snap German. And the shoulders are down. Does he actually have him? No. I actually thought he had the W just like that out of nowhere. Went for the bro mission. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. And that lower, Jesus. That chop, a right hand. And Riddle's being taken to the top. Riddle with a kick. And watch Riddle gonna drive that knee right into the spine. It hurts just looking at it. And an exploder. And Riddle is feeling it. This is not what McIntyre wanted or needed. Riddle. Brain Buster. And Riddle caught the punch. McIntyre went to retaliate with a right, but got him in a a cross armbar. And Riddle not able to tap out McIntyre. And McIntyre just picks him up and drives him again with a power bomb. What was this by McIntyre? Drive him right into the mat. Face first. I don't even know what that's called, to be honest. And a chop. Did you hear that? And again. McIntyre saying you're going to stand like a man or you're going to continue to take him. And Riddle off the ropes. No, McIntyre able to hang on. He's going to rebound, excuse me. And McIntyre able to catch that right hand and turns it into a suplex on the outside. Both men had to be hurt off that one. But Riddle had it worse, clearly. And McIntyre telling Riddle to get yo booty up. Got him up with the air raid crash. And we can see a new United States champion just like that. And Riddle kicks out McIntyre beside himself. In shock, excuse me, actually. Better term to use. And McIntyre, now he's feeling it, telling Riddle to bring it on. And went for the Glasgow kiss. Nobody home, and a spear. And McIntyre heading to the corner to get some room with the final flash. The final flash knee strike. And went for the Alabama slam. McIntyre, there's still some wherewithal for McIntyre. And the ref's down. Riddle. I believe McIntyre got a little distracted. Gut wrench. And not finished yet with a second one. And the cover. And McIntyre kicks out. In perfect position for Riddle. This is how he won the championship. Power bomb. Good night. Final flash. Final flash. It's over. McIntyre barely gets the shoulder up, and Riddle thought he retained on the grandest stage of them all. And not finished. Going to retaliate with the Bro Derek. And that's it. Not new. We still have the United States champions, Matt Riddle. What? How? And Riddle again with that armbar. This time McIntyre did not go for the punch. Riddle just grabbed that arm and simply put him in the cross armbar. And again McIntyre gets out of it. And a right hand lariat took the head off of Riddle. And it's over already. The future shock. And McIntyre barely able to stand. And the countdown begins if this connects. Good night, Riddle. The Claymore! Sorry. There is no way Matt Riddle kicked out of the future shock, and I'm shocked. I 100% thought we had a new United States champion. And Riddle again with those gut wrenches. Is it going to connect though? Got the first one. Is he going to get a second? He does. And again with the cover. Is that enough this time? And again kicks out, and now Riddle asking the ref if he's sure. Is he sure? If that was a 2 in the Broton. A roundhouse not dropping McIntyre. On the ropes, but McIntyre launches him, but Riddle able to hang on. And this is bad for Riddle, that lower back. And a suplex into the ring. A kick to the gut. Glasgow kiss. It went for future shock, I think, and a final flash to the back of the neck. A final flash to the back of the neck. And again. McIntyre gets up, and McIntyre, a dead man walking. And the roundhouse Riddle a little bit quicker. And that was a clutch move right there for Riddle. And a second one. Works very nice. How about twice? McIntyre. Both men going at it. Going to attack that leg. Maybe soften the blow for the Claymore. And McIntyre throws Riddle. Absolutely launches him. And McIntyre. Sit out pile driver. You don't see that anymore. And McIntyre. What a setup. That pile driver alone could have won him the championship. But McIntyre wants that insurance policy. And the Claymore is that insurance policy. And now we have a new United States champion. Drew McIntyre, for the first time in his career, can call himself United States champion. Drew McIntyre. What a match. What a performance by both of these men. Riddle, what a first ever WrestleMania 2 for that young man. And I thought it was it here. Let's just look at this replay. The final flusk on that chin. And then following it with the Bro Derek. And I believe that's when McIntyre gained consciousness and knew to kick out. And McIntyre. is champion.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Raw Women's Championship.
And here we go with the final match for part 1. Part 2 will probably be up the next day. I'm, of course, pre-recording this, but this woman just literally was drafted after Survivor Series to Raw. It was not used and finally got used and destroyed the women's division. Has yet to take a loss on the main roster, and to earn this opportunity at Evolution. If you did not see it, I recommend you go back and watch this one match alone. Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks. Excuse me once again. That was a match. One of the, probably the best women's match ever. And I can honestly say that could be match of the year in the Slammy Awards. That's how good it was. But she has injured Sasha. We have not seen her since, and Bayley said on Raw, I'm not coming to retain my championship. I'm coming to beat your ass. For Sasha Banks, is what she said. And we have not seen this side of Bayley ever. Bayley is looking to end the career of Shayna Baszler, the Raw Women's Champion. What a reign she's had, though. Who is going to win this matchup? And it's going to be... This is going to be a hog fight. No, this match deserved to main event part 1, in my opinion. Story-wise, yes, I agree. Last year, the women only had one match on the main card. Stephanie McMahon, Asuka and Sasha Banks.
Introducing the challenger from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Shayna Baszler.
And Shayna telling, showing Baszler her intentions.
Introducing the champion from San Jose, California, the Raw Women's Champion, Bayley.
And it is time for the Raw Women's Championship match. Who is leaving WrestleMania as the Raw Women's Champion? And also, if you win this match, you're pretty much a high draft pick, a must-have pick in the draft. And a kick to the gut, Bayley with a snap suplex. Gonna pick her up. And a Hurricane Rana by Bayley. Bayley looking. And that's bad. And now Baszler with the combination to Bayley. And Bayley gets out of it. Drop toe hold. Collar and elbow. And Shayna just gonna shove her off. And a knee strike. Just like that. We have a new women's champion. No. And Shayna's laughing at her. Shayna to the midsection. Again, but Bayley able to catch it, going to return the favor. And a second Hurricane Rana. And now Baszler with a snap suplex and another cover. And not even a 1. And Bailey trying to get up. And Shayna just taunting her at this point. And the hip tossing those knee strikes. And another one. And Baszler telling Bailey, let's go. And now going to go after the arm. And Bailey able to roll through. And this is Bailey's mentality. She is not going to outfight Shayna Baszler, but she might be able to out-wrestle her. And a Michinoku driver there. And it could be over again. And at a 1, ref was a little late there. And a forearm. And now a roundhouse. And Baszler gonna go after the arm. And a kick. Bailey trying to get up, and Baszler catches that arm and gonna stomp it down. And Baszler sidewalk slam, and Bailey needs to get some offense in. Baszler has taken control of this matchup. Punch, and Bailey gonna respond with the forearm, a much needed forearm. It's Shayna is now in control of this matchup. This is not what Bailey needed. And now it's time for those gut wrenches. And look at that. That's how Shayna feels about her. Throw into the corner. And Baszler after that arm. And then again that combination. Now midsection right hand. And went for it again. Bailey gonna respond with one of her own. And Baszler dropping Bailey. And again after that arm, and that was wise of Baszler. Not going after the head, go right after that arm. For a roundhouse. And Bailey hooks him, barely able to get that in, and the legs hit the turnbuckles, and that had to hurt. And Bailey almost retained off that one move. Bailey with a forearm drops Baszler. And another one. And Bailey with a drop kick. Jeff Hardy-esque maneuver. And Bailey's looked up to the Hardy Boys. And Bailey to the top. For that Macho Man. Elbow, no! And that had to hurt that arm. And Baszler with the Karafuda clutch. And Bailey instantly, before it gets locked in completely, able to hit him with that jawbreaker. Power slam, elbow drop. And Baszler again kicks out. Now Bailey's becoming impatient. Bailey wants this win bad. For an axe handle. And again, Bailey looking to spark a comeback. Roll through. Target acquired. Elbow into the corner. And going for that Bailey plex. And Baszler just shrugs her off. Went for a knee strike. And Bailey gonna dump her on the outside. And that back hit that apron hard. Bayley gonna launch her back to that ring. And Bayley with a back suplex. And Bayley going after that lower back for that Bayley to belly. And an elbow. Bayley with a forearm. And now a guillotine! Bayley looking to make Baszler tap out or pass out. Might have actually learned something. And we don't usually see this from Bayley either. And Baszler is struggling hard. And able to break the bridge Northern Lights. And able to get out of it. And a knee strike dropping Bayley. And Bayley getting tossed over, and getting those knee strikes. And this is bad for Bayley. Bayley needs to get some offense in, or Baszler's just going to capitalize. And Bayley to the midsection. Axe handle. And going for that Bayley to belly. This is what Bayley needs to do to win. And got her! Bayley to belly! Is that enough? And Baszler gets the shoulder up. And went for an elbow and nobody home. And a knee strike. And hip toss to Bayley. And we might be getting ready to see a new women's champion on Monday nights. And Baszler. Probably elated because she's fulfilling her promise. She said she is going to destroy the women's division. It's getting ready. It's looking like she's getting ready to do that and become the face of it. And off the top. It's not even fun to commentate anymore. And Baszler saying, come on. And now stalking her for that Karafuda clutch. And it's locked in. Bayley taps. We have a new women's champion. And just laughing. Shayna Baszler is your women's champion. Came in with the plan, went after that arm, and Baszler came, saw, and conquered. Well, guys, I'll see you all for part 2.